Hi, everybody. It's good to see you again. I keep saying that. I can't see you. You can see me. We're looking forward to seeing you guys in service soon again. And I know you're out there worshiping with us and listening to the word, but we miss having you here on campus. So the last couple times that I've been with you, I talked to you about expectation and recalculating. And so the last time I talked to you about several things that we can do to reset ourselves, so to speak. One, stop going around in circles. How do we recalculate? What's involved in recalculating? Stop going around in circles. So if you're thinking about something, why did this happen? I don't understand. Stop going around in the circle of that and hit the reset button, which is the next thing, and reboot and recalculate. And the next thing would be to reconnect with God and what He has for you in His heart regarding what He's told you or the desire that He's given you. Also to restart the journey. Don't abandon what He's put in your heart to do. And also with that, get to your destination. Get to your expected end. What God's promised you, get to the promise. Amen. And the fulfillment of that. So what I wanted to talk to you about today, we ended up with Jeremiah 29:11. Seem to be using that a lot these days. God has plans for you to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future, an expected end. And then I talked about how we can't just leave up to God what He's left up to us. There's some things that what He's done on His part is, one, He sent Jesus to us. We've been accepted in the beloved, and by faith we have to accept those things and walk out those things and desires that He's put in our heart. And He's left the choice up to us. So have you heard anything about that lately? That God is giving us a choice on our destination to Him. So it's our decision to get to our destiny and get to the other side, that divine intervention that God has for us. And so something I wanted to talk to you about is just in recalculating. Let's look at some people who didn't recalculate, who didn't get the expected end. And so one person was the rich young ruler in Luke chapter 18, I believe it is. And so in that, Jesus said to him, "Sell what you have and follow me. You can hold you can hold on to everything and you can lose it. We never heard about him again. He turned away because that was such a great thing for him to do. So the rich young ruler, he went away sad because of what Jesus asked him to give up. But little did he know that he missed out on something. He could have had the whole world when he chose Jesus. So he didn't recalculate. So he didn't reposition himself for the greater that God had for him. And he missed out on that because he would not recalculate. Terah, Abraham's father, when they got to Haran, it said he stayed there in Haran. And originally, when the Lord talked to Terah about leaving the place where he was and go to a place that was unknown, he stopped in Haran. Why? Because his son died there. He couldn't recalculate. He couldn't go on. So God had some things out ahead for him, but he physically could not get moving. He stopped in his grief and would not go on to what all God had for him. Judas, he had remorse and he hung himself. And Matthew, it talks about, he could have asked for forgiveness, but he didn't do it. He couldn't recalculate. And so now eternity is lost to him because he couldn't recalculate. John Mark, he and Barnabas left Paul because there was an argument that went on. But apparently somewhere along the way, he did recalculate, and Paul said that he was profitable again to him in the ministry. And so, I know that there's some hard things that happen to us, and things, that we don't like, and things that didn't meet our expectation, our reality didn't meet our expectation. But I remember listening to a Holocaust survivor, and I love this. One of the things they said, out of all the horrific things that happened to you, how can you be this forgiving? How can you be this loving? And he said this: the best way to get back at your enemy is to live your best life. And so I say that to you. You know, even things may not look like the way that it started out this year, and the enemy brought a pandemic and all the other things that have followed after that. The best way to get back at your enemy is to rise above and live your best life. God has an expected end for you. He has great things out ahead for all of us. Don't get stuck. Don't go back. Go forward in Him. He has great things out ahead for you. Amen. God bless you. Love you.